right, welcome to the 11 edition, is what I call it, the 11 o'clock hour of Chicago Now. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
You had a well-deserved vacation, didn't you?
It was great.
Perfect.
I call it a staycation. I thought my husband was going to do something where we ended up out of town, but I'm so happy that he did not.
I thought you were going to be announcing like you went to,
No.
I don't know, Iceland or
I'm so
like
thankful that he
with
did
all
not
the
do
other trips
that.
You've done. Well, I'm glad that it was a staycation.
Yeah, it was a staycation, and it was much needed.
Okay.
Sometimes you just need to stay local.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Especially with having kids.
Yeah.
You know, it takes so much energy. You just need a couple days to chill.
Just
Were
relax.
there any events that you guys went to though?
Yeah, we went to the Bears game. That was really fun. They won, so let's hope that that continues throughout the season.
It will.
That was really fun. And what was really cool, we ended up on the Jumbotron. My husband tried to redo the Coldplay moment.
No way.
It was so goofy. It was so goofy.
Can we work on in the back, guys, trying to get that
The
up?
video
Do you
up.
mind, Tia?
We'll get it up later.
Okay. Well, maybe at the end of the show we can have a big
Yeah.
reveal. Well, I'm so glad that you had a good time.
Yeah, we had a really good time. So we got to talk about what's coming up on the show. We have a jam-packed show today. We're going to talk to a comedian who has 120,000 followers on Instagram, but not just that, really a legacy in comedy. And I'm talking about Alonzo Bodden. If you don't know who he is, wait till you see him. I'm sure it will ring a bell when you see his face. He's absolutely hilarious. And then we're going to talk to a young man who was able to amass $8 million in scholarship money right from the south side of Chicago, lives in Beverly. I'm really looking forward to that interview because I find that to be very impressive, very motivational too for young people that will be watching.
He's a fraction of that, so to know that he probably did all this back work and got all those scholarships, hopefully
impressive.
others can do the same.
Yeah, hopefully. Okay, so we got to talk RushTok.
Yeah.
RushTok. We talked about it. What was it? A couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, 2 weeks, something like
Yeah,
that.
in Alabama. This is a big thing in terms of Bama RushTok, and we have Brandis, who is back with us, Brandis Bradley. I hope I got the name right. I think I got it right.
think you did.
I asked her last time, did she make sweet tea? She told me no. She didn't like her sweet tea sweet. What's up?
Should keep that a secret. I told you that kind of information can ruin me in the South.
You know what? We haven't shared it
With
any
anyone
place
else.
other than here.
Yeah.
It's just
Okay.
our
It's
loyal
safe with us.
ChicagoNOW viewers. All right, so
I just worry we've got viewers watching down south, and if that's the case, y'all are gonna have to let me move in with y'all. I'm gonna have to move north. I can't.
I would love for you to
resist
move
down here
in.
with people.
I mean, your face is always done up. Your hair always looks good. Your outfits. You would be a great person, I would think, to live with. Would you consider?
You know, all this maintenance comes with mess, right? So probably not. Yeah, my vanity is not pristine, to say the least.
I think you're doing just fine in that department. Let's talk RushTok. How did it work out?
Yes.
How's it been going? Any big surprises?
Well, I mean, it's over, which, you know, I guess that's never a surprise. We always know that that's coming. But I've had a revelation this year. I'm completely deflated. And I realize I crash out every year at the end of Bama Rush. And this year I've had a revelation. I think it's because the important part, it's like anything else in life, the important part is the journey, not the destination. So we reached our destination. All of our girls ran home to their sorority houses, and it's over. And now what are we supposed to do? Just wait till next year? It's worse than
start
Christmas.
doing your research for next year.
Yeah,
if
for
you
next
can.
year.
You're the
Yeah, I'm
person
sorry,
we
what'd you
look
say?
to. You have to start doing your research for next year if you can, Brandis.
I know. I'm going to have to really dig deep because I tell you, here's a new development. One thing I noticed this year on RushTok is that there are certain sororities on Alabama's campus that there didn't seem to be a lot of the girls who were posted on social media. I didn't see many of those girls getting bids to those houses. And there has been rumors swirling that certain sororities at the University of Alabama are encouraging potential new members not to post on social media. And I find it very interesting that there were a lot of sororities that were not represented on social media on bid day, because I guess the girls who wanted bids to those houses heeded that advice and they didn't post all week. We didn't get to know them. And that kind of makes me sad.
Yeah, why do you think that is?
You know, I don't know. I'm torn. There's a cynical part of me that believes it's because this whole secret society atmosphere of sorority life, we don't want to let anybody in, hyper exclusive, don't post, don't tell anybody anything about us. You got to be special to be in our club and know what's going on. That's the cynical part of me. And then there's like a practical legal part of me, because I am a lawyer by trade. I'm thinking, it's a liability, it's a PR risk. You don't want these girls putting a bunch of stuff out on social media and then give them a bid to your sorority, and then all of a sudden whatever they're doing on social media is going to reflect poorly on your sorority. And then there's just, I guess maybe it's my feminist take on the whole thing. It bothers me. I want to tell you the truth. It really bothers me, because I feel like we're not platforming these girls when we should. And I think more women's voices need to be heard. More women's faces need to be platformed. It doesn't sit well with me, anything that tries to suppress attention on women, especially if they want it. Like, I want the girls to stand up and be heard, to be seen, and to encourage them not to platform themselves or their voices. Kind of bothers me, girls.
Yeah, well, I think what's interesting about what you're saying is the last time we spoke, we talked about how kind of lifting that veil is what had so many people interested. And so do you think this changes the allure of people being interested in Bama RushTok if they stop posting on social media?
I think it runs a risk. And every year people say they're telling them not to post. Bama Rush is over. Nobody's going to be posting anymore. Everybody, all the sorority houses are telling them not to post. And I've been sitting back saying that is never going to happen, because this is a marketing gold mine. You've just got to think what it does for enrollment at the University of Alabama to have the entirety of TikTok taken over by highlights from their university. Every single year. Nobody gets the attention on them that the University of Alabama gets during Rush Week. And there are thousands of kids who enroll at the University of Alabama with hopes of making it on Bama RushTok. So I'm thinking, this is so ignorant to forgo this marketing opportunity here. Number one, they don't have to pay for it. It's how many millions of dollars worth of advertising are they getting for the university here? I'm like, they're never going to get rid of this because it's too big of a marketing tool. But then this year happens, and I'm like, maybe they don't want our marketing. Are they in such a place of privilege that they don't need it? Which then feeds into the cynical stereotype of Greek life, right? So I don't know. However, if here's what I'm concerned about. I'm concerned the Bama RushTok crowd is going to migrate to a different university that isn't so buttoned up, because we see a lot of schools making a splash on TikTok this year. We've got the University of Arkansas, we've got College of Charleston in South Carolina, we've got Florida State University, Arizona State University. I mean, lots of colleges are. I'm sorry, what now?
That's straight from Mama Darnell.
We're actually watching your own video that still has audio.
Oh, okay. But yeah, no, I think maybe if Alabama sororities keep suppressing content by encouraging potential new members not to post content if they want to get a bid to their sorority, I'm afraid RushTok might migrate to another university, and maybe they'll appreciate what they had when they lose it to another university, because that's got to be just a priceless marketing tool. Think about that. Could you imagine getting that kind of publicity for your program for free on social media for 10 days straight every year?
Right.
It blows my mind.
Yeah, but it makes it where it's then competitive, which could be an interesting platform, to see it on if it is like a competition kind of thing going on. Did anybody, in your opinion, really stand out this time around on social media?
Izzy Darnell stole the show, and that there's polarizing views on Izzy as well. She is the little sister of Kylan Darnell, the queen of Bama Rush, and Izzy is a freshman in college this year. She went to Alabama and she decided to go through sorority recruitment. She went through until the last round of sisterhood, and then she dropped. And it was a big scandal. There are people who are saying that Izzy just used this as a self-promotion tool to hit 1 million followers, because Izzy actually hit 1 million followers on TikTok during Rush this week.
Wow.
And they just thought it was, a vain exercise in self-promotion. And then, but there's Mama Darnell, their mother, who was saying, no, Izzy was interested. Unlike Kylan, she wasn't sure if it was for her, but she wanted to give it a go. So that's what she did. And then a few days in, she realized this ain't for me. And if you follow Izzy on social media, I think you would agree this ain't for her. And I'm actually proud of Izzy for not going through with it if she knew it wasn't what she wanted. Izzy kind of has a edgy, rebellious persona on social media, and that's not going to play well, or they're not going to put up with that at a sorority in Alabama. So it's probably smart on Izzy's move not to go through with it. But I think the whole Izzy Darnell show stole RushTok this year, and people are very divided on how they feel about it.
Well, she's stunning. That dress we
gorgeous.
just showed her in was absolutely amazing. What do you think about the fact that, I think we kind of hit on this last time, that so many of these young women, they really create a lane of their own by, expressing themselves on social media, putting themselves out there, which sometimes is really hard to do, because sometimes it comes with a lot of applause, but a lot of times it comes with criticism. What do you think about that? And you still are going to college every day.
Yes, well, I've been thinking about that too. These girls, think about it, they are so brave. And I think that's why I admire the girls who actually step up to the plate and post their content every year, because those girls know what they're getting into. They know they're going to get a lot of love, and I think they do a lot for that, because my whole purpose on RushTok is to hype these girls up, cheer them on, encourage them, get people to rally around them. I want to celebrate these young women, empower and uplift them. There is a lot of that, and I think the girls do appreciate that and benefit from that, and that motivates them to post. However, one thing that is inevitable, if you are going to put yourself on the internet, you are going to get trolled. You are going to get ugly, hateful comments. Every single girl that posts on RushTok gets it. So you got to think about how brave it is for these girls to post in the first place. And I think that's why there's such a special place in my heart for these girls that have the courage to do it, and for the sororities that don't seem to discourage it, because what's happening is we are honoring bold, brave, outspoken women when we accept them into our sisterhood after they have put themselves out there for the world to scrutinize.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
We see some of these videos of them opening up those envelopes, and they just seem so excited. For people at home who are not really that familiar, you get this bit, and that's the moment, right, where they're finding out what sorority they have been entered into, right?
Yeah. That's their sisterhood. That's their home for the next 4 years. That's what the whole week is all about, that moment. But like I said, it's always anticlimactic for me, because, we build the whole week as this leading up to this moment of opening that envelope and getting that bid. And I've noticed, looking back on every day I open TikTok, I get memories from the year before. And I realized, oh my gosh, this happens every year. I crash out at bid day every single year. And I think it's because it's just anticlimactic, because all of a sudden they get a bid and it's over. And I guess I don't want it to end because it's so much fun, right? But no, that is the goal, to get the bid at the end of the week. And the girls are so excited to open those envelopes, and we get to watch them rush home. And then a lot of them, we never hear from them again. So that kind of makes me sad too. I'd like to be able to keep up with them a little bit better.
Yeah, it sounds like a documentary is in the making about this. Let me ask you this. When we talk about RushTok, we usually talk about Bama, and we talk about the South. Do you think there's any future in talking about RushTok in the Midwest, or on the East Coast, or the West Coast?
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Absolutely. I'm already seeing it. Well, I'll tell you what, Mizzou is another one that has it popped off a little bit last year, and it's popping off this year as well. But Arizona, I've seen stuff from Iowa. Yeah, well, I guess not as many, but we're seeing more. But I think every year we're going to see more schools hopping on this trend. Number one, it's fun. Number two, it's brilliant and cheap marketing, not only for the sorority, but for the university that it's attached to, and another thing too is I think we are still working on building respect and credibility in social media careers. I think a lot of people still like to discount and discredit the talent and hard work it takes to make it on social media. And I think that may play a part in what's happening in some of these Southern schools where they're discouraging girls from sharing their rush experience on social media. I think that's part of this whole, we don't know if we want to give credence to this platform as a profession. But that has to change because social media is the future of marketing, and people are going to have to get on board or they're going to get left behind. It's true.
Well, it is true. And to your point, I think a lot of times people are discouraged too, because not only are you thinking about the sorority in the sorority house, right? But you got to think long term. And unfortunately, a lot of times we've heard from older people, especially older adults, you got to be careful what you put on social media. You want to become a nurse, you want to become a doctor, you want to become a journalist. And so I do think at times that kind of prevents people from being their true self and true expression on social media, like you're saying.
Yeah. I think there is a balance, though, of being able to put, the public facing version of yourself on social media and still being true to who you are without, revealing all your, without showing all the skeletons in your closet or showing the worst parts of yourself. But if you are a content creator who consistently posts content every day, you do run the risk of, saying something in the moment that may reflect poorly on you down the road. Also, you got to think too, how much have you changed since you were 18 years old? When I was 18, I thought I wanted to marry a preacher and have 5 kids. I am 43. I've never been married. I've never given birth. I raised a daughter, but she's my niece. Technically, I didn't give birth to her. So, I'm nowhere near the woman I thought I'd be when I was 18 years old. So that's another thing too. Like, if we're gonna encourage, social media is going to be the future of marketing. We're going to have to show people a little grace and allow them the prerogative to change over the course of time. We can't be pulling up stuff from 20 years ago just to cancel and hurt people. You got to give people a chance and an opportunity to evolve, because I don't think anybody is the same person at 43 that they are at 18. I'm the farthest thing from it.
Brandis, remind us, you had a show come on that you were a part of, right? The last time we chatted with you. How did that go? How was the response from that episode?
Oh my gosh, it was great. And people are loving it and I love it too. And I'm telling you, the most beautiful part of our show, A Sorority Mom's Guide to Rush, it's on Lifetime. It's about the relationships between moms and daughters. And that is truly the most beautiful part of this show. It just happens to take place in the context of Sorority Rush, but it is just so heartwarming to see these mothers and daughters interacting with each other, navigating this experience together. It's beautiful. It really is.
What I love most about what you said was that I love that part about the moms and the daughters, but I also did not miss the fact that you said you were almost a first lady. And I can totally see you being the first lady of a church.
Yes, I swear. Well, no, listen, I dated a boy who was a preacher when I was a teenager. I come from Eastern Kentucky, and our preachers didn't necessarily go to seminary or, theology school, but we would have boys who were like teenagers who said they were called to preach, and they would put them up in the pulpit and let them start preaching. So I started dating this boy who was a preacher, and would you believe he broke up with me and told me that the Lord had called him to preach, he needed a preacher's wife, and that he could just tell that I was not the kind of woman that would make a good preacher's wife, because a good preacher's wife needed to be seen and not heard, and he didn't think I could ever do that because I was too loud.
Because you were too loud. You are.
Yeah, and thank God.
Spicy.
Thank God for that, right? And now I have a clothing line called Brandis Dress Out Loud on QVC. I have to wonder wherever that boy is. I hope he's flipping through the channels one day and he sees, who is that girl? I recognize her. Brandis Dress Out Loud. Oh, that's that girl. I told her she was too loud to be a preacher's wife. I hope he remembers that. But he was right. I am too loud.
Check your DMs. They always come back.
Yeah, they do. Always come back.
All right, Brandis, one more time, let us know where we can find you on social media.
I'm on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook. My name, of course, is Brandis Bradley. My handle is a makeup artist at law. And of course, I'm on QVC every now and then with Brandis Stressed Out Loud. If you go looking for me, you'll find me. Plus, how many Brandises do you know? Type in Brandis. I'll probably be the only one that pops up. There are very few of us out there.
I got to ask you this before we let you go. Are you dating? Are you still single?
No, I have given up. I have, as we say, I thrown in the towel on dating. I don't do it anymore. And you know what? I've never been happier in my life.
Okay.
You're glowing, so I can tell.
Yeah, you are glowing.
That's true freedom right there. Just finally letting it go. You know, I don't have to shave my legs. You know, I don't have to take care of anybody else.
You don't have to pluck your chin hairs. I get it.
This is the life right here. The single life. It's totally underrated.
You make it look so good, Brandis. You really do.
Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you again next year, okay?
Yes, you all are so much fun. You'll be my favorite interview all season. Thank you.
We love to hear that.
We love you. So come back anytime and come back in person.
In person, yes.
Yes, let's do it. Chicago.
And bring us some sweet tea.
Thank you all.
Yeah.
Bring us some sweet tea when you come.
Unsweet. I told you unsweet.
I know. I have to tease you about it. All right, have a good rest of your day.
You too. Bye, Chicago.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
She's always so much fun.
She's always so awesome. And really breaks it down for us because we were talking, both you and I, we try to keep up a little bit with RushTok, but it is hard. There's a lot of stuff up there. There's a lot of trends to keep up on.
Yeah.
So Brandis is here for the rescue.
She's always fun. So we have Aaron Williams coming up a little later in our show. He's local, right to Chicago, $8 million in scholarships. But first, we got to talk to Alonzo Bodden. We'll have him. He is a legendary comedian, and we'll have a conversation with him right after this break.
Please.
Try it. Try to laugh.
I'm nervous.
They're over there looking like, what's happening?
No, that's not it. You're way better. You're way better.
All right, well, be prepared to laugh. That is because we are talking to one of the finalists from NBC's Last Comic Standing, who actually won season 3, Alonzo Bodden. He's done so much in his career. I can't even name it all. But Alonzo, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me. Good morning or good afternoon. I'm not sure.
It's the morning here. I understand. So September 7th, you have a show here. Tell us what people can expect to see. I saw something on social media where you were talking about people thinking that the government's following them or watching them.
Oh, I love conspiracy theories. I love anyone who thinks, Bill Gates is tracking me. Let me tell you something. Bill Gates has $100 billion to keep track of. He's not looking for you. And if just a note in case Bill's watching, if you have $100 billion and you're looking for me, I'll be easy to find. I'll stop by the house.
I love it. Find me too while you're at it.
Okay, you must have so many wild stories. That's the first thing I always think of when we're chatting with famous comedians like yourself. What are some of the wildest experiences that you've had when you're on stage or off stage?
Or on the road?
Well, let's see. What can I talk about on TV in my wild experiences? I think the funniest thing is getting heckled. I just had an experience. I was down in Austin, Texas, and I was doing a bit, and I was heckled by an Asian guy, and I said, only in America can a black comedian get heckled by an Asian guy in Texas. I loved it. It was a great moment.
That is hilarious. What about on the road? Have you ever had maybe a fangirl come up to you and you're trying to get away? Has it ever happened? You should see our crew.
Well,
they're laughing at our questions behind the scenes.
No, I think you've been following me because I actually had a stalker. But here was the thing. My stalker was 5'2". I'm 6'3", 260 pounds. Whoa. She followed me. I walked into the police station. I said, this woman's stalking me. They didn't quite believe it.
Oh. Yeah, because of how little she is compared to how tall you are. I didn't know you were that tall.
Yes, I am. I'm sitting down right now, so you can't tell. But trust me, I'm 6'3" in flats.
I don't know if you heard us, but did we do well with mimicking your laugh?
I'm sorry?
Did we do well with mimicking your laugh? I don't know if you were able to hear us before, but Tia tried to get me to mimic your laugh. Do it again, Tia, for him.
You ready?
I appreciate that, Tia, but mine's a little deeper.
It's a little deeper.
See, there's a tone thing that you don't quite have. I have that voice. And everyone tells me, man, you have a great voice. How come you don't do voiceovers? Well, I don't know. There was a guy named James Earl Jones. Now there's a guy named Keith David. Now there's a bunch more famous voices deeper than mine. I can't get any work. But if you can find me a job laughing, I'll be happy to do it.
You know, Alonzo, when I was looking through your videos, I heard you say a lot, talk a lot about doing old guy stuff. What does that mean?
I am officially an old guy. This is when I knew I was an old guy. I caught myself looking for my iPhone with the light from my iPhone. Okay, that's old guy stuff.
I've done that. So what
Tell
does
us
that mean?
more.
I'm
Tell
an
us
old
more.
girl?
Tell us more. I love that kind of stuff.
That's the kind of thing that when your knees hurt because you think about getting up. I'm at the age that where I drop something, I got to think, is it worth it? Honestly, these old knees are like, you know what? It's less than $5. We'll just buy another one. I'm sorry. I'm not going.
Why not get the grabber?
Less than $5 isn't worth the risk.
Why not get the
onto
grabber?
something.
You know, the grabber where, like, if you drop something, you can pick it up within reach?
Yeah, I'm not that old yet. That's over 70.
We'll
Over
send you
70
in a
is when
couple
you
years,
start
okay,
using
Alonzo?
aids and appliances. Come on, don't age me that much.
What can people see if they come out to your show? Already you're a good time.
Oh, it's going to be so much fun. I don't know if you've noticed, but we seem to be collectively losing our minds, and just the dumbest things seem to be winning. I was in a store. I was looking for mothballs for the closet, another old guy move. I asked the guy where the mothballs were. He asked me how to spell moth. I was more curious as to how would you misspell moth? That's what I'm wondering about. It is a constant barrage. My car always asks me, is there anyone in the back seat? When I was growing up, my dad was yelling at us in the back seat so much, I'm pretty sure he didn't forget we were back there. So yeah, there's a lot to talk about. We're going to have a great time, Chicago.
Let's talk about this. You've done a lot of shows that have actually ended up on our TV screens, Amazon, Showtime, Helium Studios. How do you prepare for the big stage like that? Do you prepare the same way that you would for just featuring at a comedy club?
Well, I dress a little nicer, but beyond, it's constant preparation. You know, I love comedy. I love stand-up. I'm always working, and I have a lot of friends who are musicians, and the big difference between being a comic and a musician is all my rehearsals are on stage. So I'm constantly preparing. I can't go in studio for 4 months and then come out with a new special. I'd come out with a new special of jokes that have never been tested and find out 1/3 of them aren't funny. So yeah, the preparation is constant. I'm recording another special next year, and I'm in the preparation stage now, just doing new material, seeing what people laugh at, what people respond to. The toughest thing going on is our news cycle is so crazy. As a comedian, I got to work every day just to stay ahead of reality.
Yeah,
No
that's
kidding.
true, because we cover it, so we know.
Okay, I have a question because I love hearing stories, and it sounds like you're the best storyteller we've had in a while. You've shared the stage with a lot of people, like Jay Leno, I know for sure. Is there a performance or a late night moment that's kind of like stood out to you that you could share with us?
Oh, I've had a few of them. I think my favorite moment with Jay Leno, and you have to understand, Jay, with all his celebrity, is a very ordinary guy. Like we talk cars and motorcycles, as you know, he's a gearhead, I'm a gearhead, things like that. And Jay, he kind of forgets he's Jay. So we were talking one time, and he said to me, "Oh, you know the Obamas, right?" I'm like, Jay, how would I know the Obamas? I am very flattered that you think I'm rolling in circles where I would bump into Barack Obama. But no, Jay, I checked my bank balance. There wasn't $100 million in there, and I wasn't invited to the White House lawn. But thank you. That was that was a moment. I've laughed with Conan. When I did Conan, Charlize Theron was on, and as you know, she's an incredibly gorgeous actress that changes her look for movies, and she can really play down her beauty and so on. And he and I were talking about how many actresses can't get work because this stunning beauty decided, oh, I'm going to look average this time.
Let me ask you this, being that you're a comedian, being that you travel still, you're still on the road, how does that impact your everyday life? Do you have a personal life? Are you married?
I am single. I am married to comedy. She and I have been together 33 years, and I got to be honest with you, she gets somewhat jealous of other women. So I'll be dating, things will be going okay. Next thing you know, I'm on the road, I'm never home. Women have this thing of they actually want to see you. It's kind of demanding, I tell you. I do have a relationship with the TSA. Yes, they like to random check me, and there's nothing more fun than being random checked by name. Hey, Alonzo, how you doing, man? You're really funny. Could you step over here and strip down? Why, thank you.
Yeah, but that might be fun if you're single.
Oh.
Okay, let's try to keep this G-rated. We're on TV in the middle of the morning. What is wrong with you ladies?
You know what? There's no limit here, Alonzo.
At least not with my mind.
Trust me. Oh my gosh. Okay, so for the show, what can people expect? Or I guess, like, how would you sum up your comedic voice, you know, in one line for people? What can they expect when they see you live?
If I had to be defined, I would say observational. I find the world funnier than me, so I'm looking at the world and laughing at that. Although I do turn it around on myself and do some personal stuff. But yeah, I'd say if I had to be in a category, it would be observational.
Are you calling people out in the crowd? Like when you're in a, I don't know, big theater, are you like saying, oh, that person in the front row, like so-and-so has a big nose? I don't know. Are you calling people out like that?
Oh, yeah, you know, the big nose comments, you get canceled. And by the way, I'd like to get canceled because every time Dave Chappelle gets canceled, he gets another $10 million from Netflix. So if you could do anything to help cancel me, I could use the money. But I am so comfortable in front of a crowd. I actually had a therapist, and by the way, all comics have therapists. It comes with the job. She pointed out that I am more comfortable talking to 100 or 1,000 people than I am talking to one stranger. And she's probably right. So yeah, I'm perfectly at home in front of the crowd, but if I meet you on the street, it might be a little awkward.
You've done very well in front of this crowd. It's been a pleasure. People can go get tickets still for your show, September 7th at the Den Theater. Alonzo, it's been great. Where can people follow you on social media?
You can follow me on Instagram at ZoFunny. You can go to AlonzoBodden.com. Listen, you can just Google comic Alonzo, and it's either going to be me or Christella Alonzo. And I'm much taller than Christella. You'll recognize me.
Okay, perfect. All right, well, thank you so much for
Alonzo,
being with
thank
us.
you.
Thank you. Have a great day. I'll see you soon, Chicago.
We'll
Come
see
back
you
in
soon.
person, okay?
Yeah,
we'll
we
save
need
you
to
a
see you in
seat. We'll
person.
save you a seat. We say that to everyone, but especially you.
See you later. He was hilarious.
Oh my gosh. I love talking to comedians.
Me too.
It's the best. And okay, September 7th, Den Theater.
Yeah.
Got it, Alonzo.
Yeah, that'll be great. Okay, also great. We got to talk $8 million. I think this is just phenomenal. We probably need to talk to Mom too. I know she's not going to be on camera with us, but she has to be part
She needs
of
to
this
make an
magic,
appearance,
right?
yeah.
We are talking to Aaron Williams. He has amassed $8 million in scholarship money. He's going to Northern Illinois University, and we're going to talk to him right after this break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This was one of those stories that I saw, and I was like, can we please get this young man on the show? And joining us right now is Aaron Williams, $8 million in scholarship, but you already got a full ride to Northern Illinois University. You told me you want to study electrical engineering. I mean, how the heck did you do it? That got to be some discipline to get $8 million in scholarships.
Well, to start it off, they don't know, but most students don't know that your academic journey starts from the very beginning. So I started establishing a good academic resume as soon as I got into my freshman year at Bogan Computer Technical High School. When I first got there, I was very bold and, you know, I was kind of introverted, but mostly extroverted. So I came to the principal and the dean, and I told them that I would be the valedictorian of my class. And it was safe to say I actually accomplished that.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, where did your drive come from? Is it your mom, who's a former principal?
Yeah, mostly, yeah. My mom, she's a former educator as well. So, you know, having an educator down your back, she always pushes me to achieve better things and always wants me to stay on top of my things, both academically and physically. So just having that motivation and her on my back.
I love that you said on my back. So Mom was making sure that you were meeting the deadlines and everything. You have a twin sister. You're both going to NIU. What did you have to go through to apply for these scholarships? Were you like looking at a calendar and like, okay, I got to apply for this one on Tuesday. I got to tell me about that part.
Well, I started looking more into the scholarship aspect of the universities on my junior and senior year. So junior year, we started doing a little bit of research, covering what different scholarships I was applicable for, because there's scholarships out there for everything. I'm a left-handed person, and you know that's not very common, so they got stuff for that. They also have like stuff like based off your major, so STEM-related scholarships and fraternity, sorority-based scholarships, and different prestigious scholarships that like look at you basically on how you can maintain that work-life balance. Because along with becoming a valedictorian, I also was the captain of a volleyball team, president of 2 organizations, just showing them that you're balanced and that you can maintain that work-life balance. That's what they're really looking for as well. So that I also helped open up my what I was available to. If that makes sense.
No, it makes sense. So I guess the question is, how many scholarships did you get that amounted to that amount of money?
This is accumulated based off like some is like scholarship money that goes to me, and also academic scholarships. So I would say like I can only name a few because I don't remember all of them. I know I was awarded a semi-finalist scholarship for the National Honor Society. That was on a national level, so it was an honor to even be chosen, because thousands of kids applied for that, and just to know that they saw me and my potential and awarded me for that, that's nice. Also, I want to say I was a recipient of the Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity scholarship, so they helped me as well. And it's one more important one. I cannot. Oh, the Bud Billiken.
Oh,
I'm
awesome.
so sorry.
Wow.
Yes.
That just happened too.
Yes, that just occurred. Yeah.
That's really fascinating.
You're such an inspiration. I think you can also be a great resource for people at home who are watching, whether they know a young person who's just going to high school, or maybe they're getting closer to the college years. So this is a fully loaded question, but what is your biggest piece of advice to young people who are entering high school, and maybe they want to take the same path as you, but they don't even know how to start?
My advice, because I know I have a lot of friends that just entered, it would be to don't let this time pass you by, because I feel like I just got into high school, because I'm a very emotional person, so I really don't like leaving places when I get accustomed to it. So my advice for them would be to make sure you surround yourself with like-minded people, and that one relationship can take you a long way, because you never know who has connections or who can vouch on your behalf or who can just speak about the type of person or your type of character. You never know what that will lead you to, and always make sure you're open to going out there to network and making sure you establish that academic resume, because everything counts. I've been blessed enough not to receive 1 B in my entire academic career. So just making sure you surround yourself with those like-minded people, and making sure that you establish those connections while you're a freshman or a sophomore, because later on, those connections are gonna mean everything.
I hope my kids are listening. Okay, so let me ask you this. What website would you tell people to go and look for scholarships, or is there a book that people can pick up?
It's a few. I know one thing that a website that helped me most specifically would probably be School Links or Niche, because School Links, most Chicago public school students are introduced to School Links, and they give you like a rundown of what scholarships are out there and the deadlines and the things you may need, because some may require a 500,000 word essay, or some may require for you to write a personal statement, or for you to just submit some type of requirements, but others may not require as much, because you can also use your personal statement to apply for those scholarships as well.
Yeah.
So Aaron, how much time did you dedicate to applying to these scholarships? Was it in the last 2 years, or the last year mostly?
Mostly, I wouldn't more so pressure, like make y'all overthink, because all that matters is that the first 2 years of your high school journey should be based on you establishing that good academic standing, and then that junior and senior year should be more so, I'm gonna write down this, I'm gonna write down my accomplishments, I'm gonna write down what have I done, so I can look good on paper. So that's gonna be your resume. Everything you've done throughout high school, that's your resume. And it's basically like filling out for a job application. So basically just talking on your behalf. So yeah.
You did that mostly. What did your end final GPA end up being, and then how were the test scores? Did that count? Did that matter? Because I know some people don't do well on tests, but they establish a great academic record, and that gets them into college.
Yeah, it cancels it out kind of.
Yeah.
My final GPA was a 5.2268, And
what?
Yeah, I haven't. Oh,
you're so like humble about this.
Yeah.
I mean,
something they don't know about is that I took advantage of everything the school offered me. They also enlisted in dual enrollment classes, which is basically like college level courses, but you take those after the school day has ended. So I took college level courses since my sophomore year. So that subtly helped me raise my GPA, and the more classes you took, the more it would accumulate towards your GPA, because that's how it worked for me.
So wait a minute, you got into 85 colleges.
Yes, ma'am.
What made you pick NIU? What was it about the Huskies?
I just love the campus life, and plus it's close to home. I'm a mama's boy, so I love being close to home, and you know, I love my city. It's you can get an education anywhere, but most schools want you to, you know, that people have problems with the tuition and this and that, but there are amazing schools in the state of Illinois. IIT, UIC, Northwestern. You just have to know where to look, or you just have to take advantage of the resources they give you in state, because you know, people want to go out of state to go attend college or to pursue a degree, but that's not necessarily necessary, because we have good institutions within the state that we won't have to pay little to nothing for. So
yeah, I think that's such a good message. I think I already know the answer to this question, but are you going to bring the same hustle that you brought into high school into college now?
Of course. I'm already looking into a few organizations I want to join when I get on campus. I do leave tonight, so.
I was going to ask you about that, leaving tonight. Are you nervous? Are you scared? I know mom is probably going to be crying, because it's not just you, it's your sister too.
Yes, because we're the youngest.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I think it's going to be emotional. I'm just going to be everywhere, because I'm a very emotional person. I just don't like leaving places, if that makes sense. But I'm going to come back.
Sense.
Well, I think it's because you do a good job establishing yourself, and people just gravitate to you, because I'm gravitating to you. You're so amazing.
You are. I got to ask you this, because most people, especially going to college, they're trying to figure out, you know, can I have a trunk party on Tuesday? Can I have a party over here? Because they're trying to get money together for books, being able to get snacks. Is that a concern for you? It sounds like you've had it all figured out.
Not really. Thankfully, I'm blessed. And plus, whatever I'm not able to cover, because I've pretty much everything paid for, room, board. I did have a trunk party, so even though I didn't need to have one, it was still good to to see my friends off, for them to see me one last time, and just to have that time before I set off on my journey as an adult, because it can be scary, but you know, just to get that confidence, and you know, just to know all those people have your back from this point forward, it's very reassuring. And it was just a way for me to, you know, stay in contact with them. And plus, even though I didn't need it, you know, I'm pretty much, you know, set. So
yeah, but it's awesome that you have your sibling going with you, because I think that kind of eases that feeling of like being away, because you said that you get accustomed to being, you know, in a spot. Are you guys taking a car? Has this been a point of contention? Mom is rolling her eyes.
Yeah, I actually did just get a car yesterday.
You just got a car yesterday?
Awesome.
Congratulations. That's that scholarship money. See, that's why you got to stay on top of your grades, kids.
Amen.
Yes.
It's going to take you very much far. Plus, it make it easier to plead a case to your parents. Oh, why should I get this? Well, because I did.
Grades.
Exactly.
But I did.
Exactly.
Okay, I have a question for you. Maybe you've done this already, but have you ever thought about going on social media like TikTok and sharing your experience? Because I know, like I said, you could be a great resource.
I just have, oh my Lord, I'm trying to work my way up to being a content creator, because I was able to post my story on TikTok, and it garnered about 4.6 million views.
Okay.
And it did blow up, and I got a little bit of clout from that. So I'm still I want to, you know, create a few videos and tips and tricks on how juniors and seniors, not even juniors and seniors, anybody in high school can establish that good academic standing. So not only I can succeed, I want to spread that success, spread that wealth, and, you know, continue to pay that forward, because I'm blessed with a lot of opportunities, but that's not because, oh, somebody did this for me. My mom was a very pivotal person who played throughout my whole journey. She always had my back and supporting any endeavor I pursued, making sure I got my neck out there, my head, everything, any opportunity I want, she always pushed me to go for it. So I just want to make sure I can create that kind of space for them, so they don't have to go through that alone, because I know some people are not as fortunate as me to have these different people who want to see me succeed. So I just want to create that space for those youth who may be struggling, or maybe wondering, oh, what do I need to do to achieve what you have achieved? Because I have been getting a few messages regarding that. So I just want to keep respond as much as I can.
You should do it. And the reason being too is a lot of young people, when their parents tell them, it's not the same as like if somebody that's on their same age level tells them. They're like, oh, mom, you're bugging me again, versus hearing it maybe from you.
Yes.
So you should, and that could be your own space, your own lane, and maybe a little money maker on the side. Not that you need money. Just saying. You sound like you're going set. Yeah.
Oh, how exciting.
This is exciting.
You know, and I think you'd be a good resource even for the people who, yes, they're not listening to their parents, or maybe they don't have parents or family who have been to college and they don't even know the steps to take, because it can be overwhelming. Here's another question for you. What do you think is the most difficult part for a normal student in the scholarship application process? Is it writing the essay? Is it remembering what you've done all of your high school career? Or what have maybe friends said to you?
It's more so of a mixture, because at my school it's kind of different, because some schools take AP and all these other curriculums. They have these different types of learning going on. But my school was a IB school, an International Baccalaureate program school. I think that's correct. I think I said that right. Yeah. It was an IB school, so I was in the DP program, the diploma program, which means I had to take advanced courses, which means if I scored a certain level on a certain mark on the test, they would give me college credit for the courses I took throughout the high school. Okay, so yeah, just maintaining that, because it was very difficult. You had to take so many tests, and just managing that along with the application process. It was overwhelming, but if you have that community and that group of people, you won't have to do it alone, because some of my friends, we just worked conversely and like dealing with different group projects. We had to take advantage of the different things the teachers had offered us, because we didn't have to do it alone. If we wanted to, we could have worked into a group for like a slide presentation, or teaching to the class, stuff like that. So just taking advantage of your peers, and not taking advantage, but
I know what you
utilizing
mean. The
your
opportunities that are around you. What's your mom's first name? We got to give a shout out to the mom.
Oh, Erica.
Erica, you did a great job, Mom. You got to give shouts out to Mom.
Very great young man.
So you're going to college. Real quick, my final question. You're going to college with a lot of your college courses, probably like the entry level, already done. Oh, that's even more excellent.
Yeah, because the courses I took throughout high school, the dual enrollment courses I mentioned, those I have about 20 credits right now. So those credits gonna transfer over to my institution. So like courses like English 103, I won't have to take. Like computer information services, I won't have to take. Certain courses I took throughout high school is like slowly preparing me for what I wanted to do, because I do want to be an electrical engineer in technology. So
I think you're already there. I mean, to say you want to be, you kind of are. Yeah. You just need the classes.
This is the kind of space where you can manifest things. So I know that you want to grow your social media following. I want you to look into that camera right there, and I want you to drop your handle and encourage people to follow you.
My Instagram is amonies. It's AMONEYYZ _ so it's kind of complicated.
A-Monies?
Oh, because you got all that money from the scholarships. Yeah, it's all about the money. Well, I look forward to you coming back. Will you come back when you're probably going to graduate early at this point.
Hopefully, that was the plan.
No pressure, but it sounds like it.
If I had the opportunity to do so in high school, I probably would have pursued that, because my school doesn't offer early graduation. So, but yeah, I would have pursued it if they let me. So.
All right, well, maybe you'll be my boss one day. Go white on me. I'll be a senior citizen.
We'll remember. Aaron Williams, thank you so much.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
And shout out to Mom, Erica.
Erica Smith.
Erica Smith.
Dr. Erica Smith.
And your sister.
I'm sorry.
And your sister.
Oh, yes. Her too.
What's your sister's name?
Oh, Valerie, yes. She can be a lot, but she pays
a lot.
She makes me want to go deeper into the work just to drown out everybody.
That's what I'm talking about. Your sister's beautiful, and so is Mom.
Your whole family is.
Dr. Erica Smith.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being with us. Thank you, Mom and Sis, for coming down to the studio. We look forward to seeing what you're going to do, because we know you're going to do big things.
Thank you.
All right. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Chicago Now. We are just, we love Aaron Williams. Yeah, he was just amazing. And I think he could be, again, such a great resource for so many families in the future.
And here's something that he didn't say, because he wanted to be humble, that the amount really is about $10 million. So we thought 8 million, but the amount is really closer to 10 million. He was being humble about it, which I definitely appreciate. But yeah, I'm so proud to hear that someone has put in the work to really get their future started. And really, if you start early, your future's already in motion, you know? So I think that's something that we sometimes forget. Really do you remember applying to college? I do.
Oh, I do, and I remember applying to scholarships. Again, I was so overwhelmed. My parents didn't go to college, neither did a lot of people in my family, and so we didn't even know where to start, Tia.
Yeah.
And like his mother just mentioned, you know, a lot of the counselors are busy at school. Yeah. They're doing other things. They can't really give you that one-on-one guidance that sometimes you need. So I'm really encouraging him to make some videos. So I hope that you all can follow him too.
Yeah, I do want to give a shout out to my my high school counselor who actually watches the show. Laura, thank you so much for everything that you did for me. I was able to get, I wasn't like Aaron, okay? I got into 100 colleges.
Wow.
And I left for college with $40,000 in my pocket. I didn't have 10 million. But it was something, you know, so I know the work that it takes to apply for those. To hear somebody say $10 million, that means that they really put in a lot of work every single day, which I think, you know, young people can really use that advice, especially growing up in the city of Chicago and some of these surrounding communities. It's hard. Yeah. You know, it's really hard.
You start life with a leg up, I believe, you know, not having that financial burden now on your name. Wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Amazing. Okay, well, we have some trending topics to get through quickly, but I wanted to start with sunscreen products because it's always a pain to try to find a sunscreen product that is like somewhat natural because you hear all these scary things about like the chemicals and stuff that are added into them. So this is one new headline. FDA warns Americans to avoid certain popular sunscreen products.
Okay, and I've seen that.
So some of them that they're warning consumers to avoid, sunscreens sold in whipped, mousse, and foam forms. Have you seen that at Sephora, Ulta, all that? They're on social media. People are displaying this on their face. Also, they sent warning letters to several companies, including Supergoop, which is another.
Isn't that the celebrity? What's her name?
Oh, it is. Is it Gwyneth Paltrow?
Gwyneth. Yes, that's
I think
who
it is Gwyneth.
Yes.
And it just.
I think it is.
I think it's such a
Look
conversation
that up, y'all,
starter.
because I don't want to be wrong. And then Gwyneth come trying to hit us with a lawsuit.
Yeah, you're right.
It is? Okay,
See,
yes.
I
thought so, yeah.
But I just find it really interesting because how are we supposed to find products when these are all marketed as safe, such cute packaging?
Yeah.
You have so many eyes, little eyes on them especially, and then you learn later that it's not good to put on your biggest organ in your body.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking about this when I saw it because at a lot of daycares, especially my daughter is at a school, and they require that you basically give them sunscreen for them to take to school every day. And I was thinking about it and I was like, when I get a chance, I'm going to research it because it's got to be something in my kitchen that I can use that I can make at home. And maybe I just haven't thought about it, but it's got to be something natural out there that what were people doing 20,000 years ago?
Yeah, really.
And they survived, so it has to be something out there is my point in nature that we can use.
I know for sure bug sprays. There's a lot of good natural bug sprays that you can make at home. Yeah, sunscreens, they're hard. I will say that I did get a sunscreen from Whole Foods. I had that Yuka app that can rate how products like rank in terms of, you know, if they're good for you or not, organic, all that kind of stuff. But then I put on the sunscreen and it does not rub in whatsoever. So I have this kind of white cast
like this, like
on myself, and I'm just like, are you guys serious? You know, you try to.
You got to give up something, Gabby.
Anyways, I'm just mad now.
So we were talking about, you mentioned, or I mentioned, I think I did, about going to the Bears game, and my husband tried to redo the whole Jumbotron.
Do we have it?
Moment.
Do we have it?
We have the video. We had somebody next to us started recording it. This is the video right here. Watch this. He's in the black hoodie. But the person recording is sitting next to us, and he got all like excited and stopped recording the Jumbotron. So you don't really see it all. But I didn't know what he was doing, so I didn't react. I guess if I had dug down too, it would have been really a viral moment. But I was like, what the Hello Kitty is he doing? Why is he putting this hood up? What is happening? Who are you running from? The CIA?
Oh, early. Next time, let your wife know what's up.
I had no idea.
She can play a that
what
is so
this
funny.
Fool doing?
Oh, I see. So the guy next to you right there, he got excited. And he's like, oh.
All right.
Hilarious.
Always a good time on Chicago Now. I love doing this job. Don't you?
Me too.
Yeah, all right.
Best
yeah,
way
you
to end
can
the
clap.
day.
Yeah, clap for it.
Live studio audience, come on.